The answer is no. So I got a comment on one of my videos the other day, and it said something to the effect of, why not wait until you've achieved something notable before making videos or before sharing what you've learned? And I couldn't tell if this guy was genuinely curious or if he was like criticizing me or whatever, but it got me thinking, like, this way of thinking, like, I have to do X before I can do Y, or I have to be X, I have to have X before I can have or do Y, whatever. Cannot stress how important it is to get rid of this way of thinking completely. And like, people have came to me in the past and asked me for advice on like health and fitness stuff and like the gym or whatever, because that's kind of what I was known for in school. Like, I studied it in college. I have a lot of experience. And people that will come to me and be like, I want to go to the gym, I want to start getting in shape, but I want to go do home workouts for 3 months and then get in decent shape and then go to the gym and start, lifting at the gym. I kind of understand what's going on in their minds. Like, they want to get in decent shape because they're probably insecure about their bodies. They don't want to go to the gym right away because most people in there are going to look better than them. They're going to feel a little bit, insecure or whatever. But the thing is, like, they think that if they can just do push-ups in their room for 3 months, that all of a sudden, when they go into the gym, it'll feel much better and they're going to have more respect from the people around them. What they don't understand is that, first of all, nobody in the gym is going to be looking at them at all. And second of all, if they just decided to actually go into the gym right away and start lifting, they could make more progress in those first 3 months than they could if they just did push-ups, 100 push-ups in their room for 3 months. They have these imaginary thresholds, these imaginary quotas in their head, and they think that they have to hit a certain level of health and fitness before they can actually step into the place where they improve their health and fitness. And this way of thinking keeps people so trapped because they think that they have to do certain things before feeling a certain way, before doing something that they want to do. The fact that people think that you have to be materially successful before making YouTube videos is ridiculous. Before sharing what you've learned, it's crazy, because the thing is about like people that become wildly successful, obviously they do have lots of great advice that you can learn from. I've learned from lots of people way ahead of me. But if someone, for example, is going into the gym for the first time, they are going to learn so much more from the guy who's been in the gym for like 4 or 5 years compared to the guy, the pro bodybuilder who's lifted for 20 years. He doesn't remember what it was like really at the beginning of his journey. He's not going to relate as well to the gym newbie as the guy who's been going for 4 to 5 years and can still actually remember what he did at the beginning of his journey, right? And so if I were to wait until I've achieved this imaginary definition of success before coming onto a platform like YouTube and sharing what I've learned, I would be doing both myself and everybody that watches these videos a disservice. Because first of all, I would not be able to remember the lessons that I've learned in real time. And I have an advantage where I can actually share these lessons in real time on the pursuit of success. Because success, I hate how people think that there's just one day you're going to wake up and all of a sudden you're just going to be able to call yourself successful. That it's just one achievement, one money goal. If you hit this certain amount of money, then all of a sudden you have the right to actually speak and teach people and talk about things that interest you or talk about lessons that you've learned. Why don't you become a master chef before teaching people how to cook? Why don't you reach the summit of the mountain first before teaching people how to climb? It makes no sense, because again, if you reach the summit, if someone who's climbed the entire summit is trying to teach somebody how to get off the ground, there's a humongous gap there that people don't really like take into consideration. The person who is 50% of the mountain or like 25% up the mountain is going to relate a lot better to the guy who's at the ground, right? And I've never claimed to have any sort of massive success, massive material success. That is the entire point. But the thing is, on this pursuit, on this journey, whenever I do hit that threshold of success that everyone thinks about, which I will, people will be able to see the entire journey and not just what happens at the end. Because I'm taking pride in, and I enjoy the fact that I can relate to people that are on the same kind of path as me and on the same kind of level in life as me, or maybe a few steps below me or behind me, or whatever. I can relate to those people so much better than I would if I was at the top already, speaking way down to them. That's it. And so if you have this mindset that you have to hit a certain threshold before doing anything, not just making videos or not just posting on social media, whatever, it is a limiting belief. And you have to understand that the people that are 1 or 2 steps behind you in any area of life are going to relate to you so much more than they would if you were already at the top and you already had the success. And of course, I think the best route is going out and doing things in the real world and then coming back on social media to explain why it's valuable or what you've learned. But that's what we're all doing. We're all doing that in real time. You don't have to get to a certain place first and then try and retrace your steps backwards and then recap all the lessons. That's not how it works, because you're not going to remember it. You won't be able to deliver those lessons as efficiently. It just doesn't make any sense. Don't let all this analysis paralysis keep you from actually doing it. If you want to start a business, you don't need to read a bunch of business books before starting. Obviously, that will help, but you will learn so much more just by starting it now and then reading those books, because you actually will have something to apply that information to. And you will also just learn so much more on the fly, actually getting direct experience in that domain, wherever it is. And so, no, you don't have to be materially successful before starting YouTube or before making videos. And if you think that you do, go look at all your favorite YouTubers and tell me at the beginning of their YouTube journey, were they massively materially successful? Probably not. That's not how it works. People get experience, people grow, and people evolve over time. And if you have things to share, lessons to share that can help people, you have a duty to share them. And I think that's how everyone should think of it. There's no threshold. There's no certain bar that you have to reach before doing anything. You'll learn everything you need to know during the process through the experience, and that's the best way to do it. And so my main goal with this is to share what I learned, help as many people as I can, and build a team of people who are on the pursuit to success. That's it. And so you can either join my team or you can get the fuck out of the way, because you're going to get steamrolled. Keep it tall, 9, G, y'all.